What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys with another market watch today. Money. Literally money. You know, some people like to go, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a money game. And then so many times I always look at them and go, you're wrong. It's not really a money game. You could play a not tier 1 deck and still get tier 1 results, depending how good you are with your deck. But in this video, we're going to talk about some cards that do cost a lot of money. We're going to talk about some cards that are actually really low that you might want to consider picking up. And we're going to talk about cards that, if you have these, you might want to consider selling them. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Comment question of the day. If you're playing at any Yu-Gi-Oh! Event, whether it's remote duels, or maybe your locals is opened by you, are you playing Lightning Storm? This card is unfair. I think we could all come to that agreement. In fact, in this video, I'll talk about other unfair cards. But look at that Lightning Storm right now, coming out of Initial Assault with a $108 market price. Yeah, no, it's on sale for, if you want first edition, for $105 a copy. Obviously, if you want 3 of these, it's going to run you roughly around $300 with tax and all. You're talking about like $320, $330 for 3 cards. That will more than likely be in your side deck because nobody wants to really main Lightning Storms. I mean, when the card first came out, people did, but for the most part now, it's a great side deck card. In fact, it's a broken side deck card. The fact that this card exists is insane. We got Harpy's Feather Stuff back and everyone was excited about it. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad that card's back. But we have Lightning Storm. So once again, if you're playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Are you getting these? I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm really getting involved in remote duels. I enjoy it a lot. I've been playing at Grandmaster Games. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out on the Discord. They do tournaments 7 days a week. It's super addicting. It's super fun. If you guys want to check me out on Twitch, links will be down below when I play in their tournaments. And if you want to look them up on Twitch, or maybe you want to go hop on the Twitch Discord and ask around my Twitch Discord, they'll tell you. It's a great event. And I'm running Lightning Storms. Not for nothing, but if you could run the tools to give you the best chance of winning, would you do it? I mean, that's basically what I'm thinking, and that's my reasoning with Lightning Storm. It's like, you know what? I know I'm not going to physical Yu-Gi-Oh! Events, I'm not going to regionals, but Lightning Storm is a card you just need, unfortunately. It realistically is a broken card. And against heavy back row decks, one Lightning Storm could literally mean the difference between winning or losing that matchup, especially if you're playing like a mid-range deck or even a heavy combo deck. So once again, do you have it? Comment down below, let me know. And if you don't, no big deal, comment down below, let me know why. Is it because, obviously, besides the fact the card's expensive, you're just going, no, V, my deck doesn't need it or it doesn't call for it? I really want to know what you guys think. So looking at Dragons and Legends, I just want to say something real quickly because I talked about another set, the Legendary Duelist Season 1 set. I said this is good for sealed value. And let me turn around and flip it over to you guys real quickly because Dragons and Legends, the complete series box, is great value as well. Think about it. I mean, right now you're looking at it going, V, this is no value. I mean, I should buy the singles. And you're right. If you want cards specifically in this set, I want you to go and buy those singles. Do not, repeat, do not open boxes thinking you're going to pull the Dark Alternate Art, Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, or Toon Kingdom, or any of these top page cards. You're probably going to not be able to pull those. Let's just be real about it. But with that said, Dragons and Legends, a complete box series as a sealed product to hold for a sealed investment is insanely good. Think about it. Number one, it comes with a dice. 1 of 3 dice. So those are really hard to get. Konami never does that. That's brand new in this box set. That's number 1. Number 2, an alternate art Dark Magician Girl card. I mean, yeah. Done with that one, okay. Number 3, Toon Kingdom. Toon Kingdom is still a relatively hard card to get. In fact, the top cards for Dragons and Legends, the complete series, is still Toon Kingdom, which ranges anywhere from $6.50 to roughly around $8. Like, it's just a card you're gonna want to get anyway. If you're looking to play Toons, or if you're a collector, more or less a collector. Speaking of collectors, by the way, there's so much stuff for them. Remember, collectors love Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 and a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We're seeing those buyouts happen. So going back to this, the collectors of the future are going to be looking for this box specifically. Besides the fact that you get the dice of the 3 god dragons, Maya's guy, whatever, I don't know their names that really well, but those 3 dragons. Besides the fact that you get an alternate art card. Besides the fact that there's 4 variations of Toon Kingdom. So being once again from Toons, Dark Magicians, Cyber / Harpy Lady, obviously Harpies, Jinzo, Jinzo layered, but once again, Jinzo, Time Wizard Tomorrow, the only version of the card currently that you can find it here as a secret rare. I mean, this is all on page 1. I do think the sealed value of Dragons and Legends is insane. Just like Legendary Duelist Season 1, it's insane. Is it going to be good tomorrow, a year from now? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, you hold these sealed booster boxes, these boxes for a long time, you're gonna get good value. These are hard to get. We don't know if Konami's making any more dice. We don't know if Konami's gonna reprint the alternate art version of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. or another printing of Toon Kingdom. There's our Toon Kingdom reprint, should have been Toon Chaos, but there it is right there in Dragons and Legends. Are we going to get more? No? Well, what happened to the rare when we didn't get more of that? The value of the rare hit $55. We think it's going to happen to the ultra rare if we just stop right now with Toon Kingdom. It's going to skyrocket. So I just really want to emphasize the fact that this sealed is very good. Obviously, once again, like I said, if you want the singles, just directly buy the singles. If you want to hold them for value, I don't blame you. If you're like, V, you know what? I really don't want to buy sealed Dragons and Legends boxes. I think they're trash. But I want to maintain good value for future collectors, obviously, or future upticks in value. I think there's a lot of great meat on this bone. Highly undervalued right now. Almost nobody wants it. Just like Legendary Duel Season 1, nobody wants it. Those cards are going to be the sort-out cards of the future by collectors. We don't even know about competitive players. We don't even know about casual players. We really don't know. But for collectors, this box screams out to you. Whether it's collectors today or in the future. Little fun fact, the most expensive version of Herald Arc Light is from the new Challengers Special Edition. With almost near $7 market price, the value, by the way, with shipping included, is almost around $7. There's only about 2 pages here on TCG Player. Page 1 is have a wall over here, roughly around $7. And then it quickly goes to $10 for the super rare. Herald Arc Light has an ultra rare. I think it's like $4 to $5. There's an original print, but the main expensive one, just value-wise on the market, is going to be the new Challenger Special Edition. Just in case food for thought, in case you guys out there and you want a max rarity Herald Arc Light, that's the version that is worth the most right now. Then we have Fossil Skull Knight coming out of Bowser Legends Armageddon with a $14 market price. Don't get me wrong, the value went down like $1. It's like $13.50 roughly, $13.45 specifically, okay? $13.45. Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. And the only reason this card held any value, well, simple. The OCD was using it, so he and TCG were just like, well, we're gonna not be without that card. We're gonna get one. And everyone went and got one. You probably have a Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. Are you using it? I'm gonna answer it for you. 99% of you, 99.9999% of you are probably going, no. No, not at all. So why do you have a $13 card hanging around? Why don't you just throw it on TCG Player, get rid of it, and then use that store credit to buy something else, or maybe put that money back in your bank account and use to get whatever other product. I just think that this value of this card is just not worth it. I think this is a fast sell. Up next, Chaos Dragon Levineer. Now, this is the ultra rare alternate art coming out of Dual Overload. This card originally was like $5, and then handled to $6 for a while. And now we're looking at the market price being roughly around $7, and its price point is also roughly around $7. In fact, you can see it all throughout the page. Even though there's a 17 wall, it's all $7 for Chaos Dragon Levineer. And that's a weird thing because, once again, I always feel like this card's insane. I feel like this card's going to be eventually on the ban list, if you want my honest opinion. The only question is a matter of when. If you want to care about Secret Rare Chaos Dragon Levineer, by the way, with a $13 market price, I didn't put my conditions in. Hold on one second. $13 market price, so Let You Play Unlimited is roughly around $10.50, and you want a first edition version, that's at $14. And that's for the secret version of Chaos Dragon Levineer. As far as the Ultimate Rare, it's highly undervalued right now for Chaos Dragon Levineer. Ultimate Rare coming, once again, at an OTS Tournament Pack 12 with a $46 market price. It's down to about $44. But watch this. After that one has been sold, it hits $48. After that one has been sold, it quickly goes up to around $50 to $53. And once those clean, the first wall of 6 is going to be at $59 for Chaos Dragon Living. Like, that's how quickly this card moves up in value for the Ultimate Rare. It's a great card. I think, listen, Yu-Gi-Oh's been a game of Twilight forever. I think Twilight, Light and Darkness decks that use Chaos cards that specifically banish those. Like, that, it's just been a thing forever. You ask anyone who's playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, they will tell you stories of all kinds of decks. It's only a matter of time before we get a meta deck that utilizes cards like Chaos Dragon Levineer, as well as Chaos Space, by the way. I don't know how this card's not getting banned. This card is broken, as well as Chaos Dragon. Like, it searches out cards like Chaos Dragon Levineer. Chaos Dragon Levineer is a card that, once again, I do think that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players kind of forgot about because it's not seeing as much play. It sees some play in Rockets as a one of, maybe a two of, maybe in Thunder Dragons also as a 1 or 2 of, but for the most part, it's not meta defining. But I do think there's only a matter of time before this card really breaks the meta. So keep an eye on this card. That's what I'm trying to say. So, with the rest of Marine's cards getting reprinted in the 2020 Megatins, Marine's Pascalis didn't get the reprint as a super rare. Coming out Initial Assault, the market price is almost near $5. And if you want Unlimited, by the way, it's almost near $5 with shipping included. First edition is also almost near $5 for Marine's Pascalis. Listen, I don't know what's going on with Marine's. I have no idea. I just like Marine's is almost there. But if you took Marine's and you put them back in their own meta, I think they would be tier 1 easily. I mean, you can say that about a lot of decks, but Marine's is one of those decks that are like, this is not good now, but man, a couple of years ago, this would have been pretty crazy, you know? Way before, maybe around even the Trinity format, you just drop Marinsys in there. That's going to be a crazy deck. Listen, I think Marinsys Pascalis is a card that hopefully will get a reprint and maybe the value will go down. I really don't know if it's going to go up. I really don't. But I do know this card's worth a lot of money right now. And if you have this card in your dollar box, it's not $1. It's like $5, which should be included. So keep an eye on that. I talked about Spellbook Adjustment the other day, and no one freaked out about the comment section, by the way. I read all the comments, so if you comment, I'm gonna read your comment, okay? I might read it multiple times throughout the day, maybe even the next day afterwards. I will read all your comments. So if you comment, I will read that. Just throwing it out there. And no one freaked out when I mentioned the fact that Spellbook Adjustment came off the ban list, nothing would happen. And it's crazy because when I first mentioned it, man, the comment section blew up with blowback. Everyone freaking out. Spellbook Adjustment will never come off the ban list, you're insane. And now I go, Spellbook Adjustment called off the ban list, and everyone's like, yeah, it's fine. Sure. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And that's how greatly and vastly the meta has changed in a very short amount of time. I don't think we really give it credit about how fast the meta has moved to the fact that you can say Judgment comes to 3 and everyone goes, sure, who cares? But one thing I think we can all acknowledge together is that Spellbook Adjustment was to come off the ban list, I think ideally at 1 first. But if it was to come off the ban list, it's not going to maintain its current market price. In fact, the market price is roughly around $5 for this card. Unlimited versions are roughly around $5. And if you want a first edition version of the card, well, that jumps up to $15 to $16. In fact, the first wall is at $17 at 14 of them for Spellbook Adjustment. Obviously, I'm not saying going in to buy these $17 first edition versions of the card, but what I am saying is keep an eye on the unlimiteds, because even the unlimiteds will go up with all the hype. I mean, a good example of that is Harpy's Featherduster. That card spiked and sold fast. Also, if you want another version of Spellbook Adjustment, there's 25 listings, which is lower than the original print out of Lord Tachyon Galaxy, which has 31 listings. A Spellbook Adjustment from the 2014 Megatins. The market price is roughly around $2, and Light Played first edition starts off at $3, and then quickly goes around $4. If you want to see the nearest wall, by the way, you can look on page 2. I mean, you got a 4-1 over here for about $8, and then you got one that's like $10 for about $10. You got one that's 31 copies at $10. Going back to it though, I mean, this first page, I'm shocked this page has not been cleared out already by somebody looking at this card and going, it's gonna come off the ban list. The only question is when, and that's what I really do think is gonna happen. I think this card will come off the ban list. There'll be a lot of hype, a lot of buying for spellbooks, because everyone's gonna remember the fact that this deck at one time was one of the best decks. It was the only deck to stand up the Dragon Ruler. I always voted in like 60-40, 40% that spellbooks will win. 60% Dragon Rulers just crap on them like in 2 turns. But like it was always cool to see that match, and that was the only deck that can fight that deck, which is arguably one of the best decks in the game at the time. So you're gonna get a lot of PTSD from Yu-Gi-Oh players going, it's back, oh no. But realistically speaking, it's not gonna do nothing. The meta has shifted so fast, so vastly. This card even coming to 3 won't do nothing except create hype in the market. So if you have this card, put it to the side. And if you're looking to get more, I would recommend it, because this card's a great sell when that does happen. Zodiac Barrage coming out of Raging Tempest with a $4 market price. Well, the unlimited versions are roughly around 4 to 5s. Almost near $5, but it's about $4. First version starts at $5.50. There's a playset of them, $6, $6.50, and then we're talking about $7 territory for a copy of Zodiac Barrage. This card will eventually go up higher in value. Think about it. Tri-Brigades is a really good deck. In fact, in the OCG, Tri-Brigades is one of the very few decks that can fight one of the best decks, which is Prank Kids. With Max CF3, by the way. Just throw that out there for you. Zodiac Barrage or Zodiac Barrage, whatever you want to call it, I always butcher the name, is a very good card that I think that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players just kind of don't care about the moment right now. Why would you? Because we're too busy focusing on other things. You want to make sure to get your Dryden's. Obviously, Chocolate rising in value. You might get those super rare Rams, Ulti Whiptails, sure. But this card can rise in value as well. It's a secret, once again, solo print. I'm sorry, not solo print. 2 printings. One coming out of Raging Tempest, the other one coming out of the Megatins for the card. And the Megatin version, by the way, which is also good value, it's roughly around $2.50. It's almost say $3 for that copy. So keep an eye on this card. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have a bunch of copies, put them to the side, because there's going to be a time where you're going to need to sell them. And that time's going to be coming soon, especially when Zodiac Tri-Brigade becomes a meta deck. So now we have Chaos Hunter coming out of Storm of Ragnarok. This card always has a weird history with me, because I always see this card and it goes down in value, minus the first edition, and I'll show you that in a second. But it always goes down in value, and then the minute this card sees any kind of meta relevance, the price of Chaos Hunter actually spikes really high in value. Original print secret are coming out of Storm of Ragnarok with a $10 market price. Unlimited versions are roughly around $5. But watch this. You got one at $5. Next copy, also at $5. After that, boom, it's all 7s. All 7s all day long. Then eventually start hitting $8 on the bottom of the page. And once again, let's talk about the first edition versions because that's where it gets pretty crazy. First edition versions are at $13. So you got 8 and 13 for first edition, which isn't too bad. And look at this. Ready? 13. There's 2 more pages, $18, like that fast. So I think that Chaos Hunter coming out Storm of Ragnarok, I think it's a really low-key card. It's always a card that waits. It's a hand trap, but you really don't notice it as a hand trap because it's not in the line of hand traps because a lot more hand traps see a lot more play and Chaos Hunter sees more sporadic play, but it does see play. And I think that's what makes this card so unique, that when it does see play, the price spikes exponentially high. But when it doesn't see play, the price quietly and slowly goes down and no one notices it. Everyone forgets about it. Up until this time, we gotta remember that, oh, wait a minute, I need a specific card that does a specific thing. That card's Chaos Hunter. What's the value? Bought out. So just keep, once again, if you're looking trying to get hand traps, you might have missed Chaos Hunter. That's what I'm trying to say. Keep an eye on this card. Mistress of the Time Gods coming out Shadows of Valhalla with a $7 market price. It's like $7 to $8. Okay, why? Don't get me wrong, Mistress of the Time Goddess, alright, it's a cool card, it's, you know, for Valkyries, and waifus gotta pay them taxes are due on random waifu cards. That's an anime blue hair girl, alright. Sailor Moon looking anime blue girl, time to pay waifu tax, I guess. I mean, taxes are due. What am I gonna do? Anime body pillow girlfriend, can I pay the taxes? Yeah, I fell off the couch. It means yes. I don't understand why these are so much money and why these maintain being so much money, but they are though. So like, listen, when Shadows of Valhalla was first cracked open by everybody, nobody cared about Mistress of the Time Goddess. Like, let's be real. That wasn't the card everyone was like, oh my god, yeah, let's go. No, people were caring about Invocation. People were caring about Aspects from Joyous Spring, and maybe Alistair being the fact that it debuted in this set. Nobody cared about anything else. Right at the Valkyries, so the Valkyrie waifus and Brunhilde, sure, but they quickly died in value. Looking at right now, though, everything in this set is pretty decent in value, specifically Mistress of the Time Goddess. So, look at your dollar binder, look at your random junk binder. You might have like a $7 card just laying there, waiting to be sold. Paid waifu tax. Alchemic Magician. Solo print coming out of Return of the Duelist. This card with a $3 market price, named first edition versions, or actually about $5 with shipping. Yeah, I don't know why. I have zero idea. I mean, I'm not crazy about this card, but just let you know. Yeah, food for thought. The more you know. Dragonian Divine Lance, only printing common, desperately needing a reprint, by the way. Coming out of Secrets of Eternity as a common with a $3 market price is just about bought out. There's a listing over here for 7, a playset, by the way, and then another listing for 7 playset. Basically, 2 playsets at $7 each. If you're looking to play any kind of Dragon Link, this is a must-have one-of card. So go ahead and enjoy paying $7 for a common. Hey, tier 1 meta deck Dragon Link, you can't play without this card. It just doesn't work. I mean, yeah, you could probably play, you could probably rig something up, but if you want to play optimally, you're gonna need to pay for and get this card if you want to play Dragon Link, which, let's be honest, is not as expensive, especially as expensive as the other tier 1 decks. Like, Dragon Link has had a huge reprint in Megaton, so it's a lot easier to access. It still does really good combos relatively consistently, and something had to become money. So a comic coming out of Secrets of Eternity, that's the money. So let's talk more about money cards. Why not? In the beginning of this video, I said Lightning Storm and how the fact that Lightning Storm is so much money, but it realistically gives a huge unfair advantage, especially in Game 2, and if so, Game 3 for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players who own the card and have it in their side deck. Can we all agree the fact that Forbidden Droplet is also almost the same way as Lightning Storm? Forbidden Droplet, Rise of the Duelist, $89 market price, is roughly around $91. Do you see this card going down anytime soon? No. Do you see this card getting a reprint? Definitely not. Definitely not. I think eventually Lightning Storm is going to get a reprint. It's a lot more due to get a reprint, but that might even be a while. So the fact that looking at Forbidden Droplet and going, yeah, I'll probably get a reprint, it's not going to happen for a very long time, unfortunately. Looking at a card, it's really broken, and the card really can mean the difference between winning and losing. It's that good of a card. One card can change the favor of the game state you're currently looking at that fast. This card I like playing personally in Dogmatica Invoke Shadows. That's kind of my kind of style with this card. I think it's really fun to do it in that deck. But overall, I think Forbidden Droplet is just a broken card in the game as itself. And I really don't know what's gonna happen as far as this card's value. I mean, is it gonna calm down finally? Konami did say they evenly distributed the communism, the secret ratios of cards in all the sets. And Forbidden Droplet right off the gate was like $70. And I was like, maybe it's gonna go down, guys. Let's not go crew crazy. It went down to like 68. I was like, just buy it. Just buy the card. With 68, buy the card. But that's it. And look at where it's not now. And Konami hit Call by the Grave, so now you have less options to be interactive in your opponent's gameplay as far as like offensive and defensively. Because that's what Call by the Grave was. It was the offensive, defensive. Mostly defensive, but it had that duality to it. Forbidden Droplet almost kind of replaced it as that duality, mindset. But it does more, like way more. So I think this card's going to rise up higher in value, and I really don't know anything else other than that. Same with Triple Tactics Talent. This card is amazing. If you're watching my Twitch duels on when I do remote duels, this card single-handedly will win me games. And not just because I could take my opponent's monster, like a Dragoon, and activate Dragoon's effect, and pop 2 cards, and, oh, Dragoon's 4,000 because I baited the negate, and activate Triple Tactics Talent, so attack the game. Not that. It has done that. It definitely has done that. But Triple Tactics Talents allows decks that are heavy combo based that care about the turn 1, decks like Dragon Link, decks like Infernoble Knight, to just go more into their deck. So if you're playing against me and you establish your board state, and I'm playing 2 cards and I'm burning 2 cards in my hand, you're counting cards in my hand. Triple Tactics Talents is me saying to you, well, since you try to use your monster's effects on board or in your hand or a mixture of both, I'm gonna Pot of Greed. That will teach you. I'm going to play Pot of Greed, go into my deck for 2 cards, and I'm going to continue using them against you. Don't worry about it. It's only 2 cards. Pot of Greed's banned for Turbo Tactic Talents at 3. Why? Because Konami needs to sell Rise of the Duelist. They need to make money, bro. Come on. It's they're home. Cold money, as everyone says it. Listen, I think this card's really good, really broken, really unfair. Just like Forbidden Droplets, just like Lightning Storm, these cards are to make or break for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players started playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are looking to play online, and I'm not a big fan of playing online, to be honest with you. But I don't blame people who go play online because there's so much money. Let's look at it real quickly, right? So Triple Tactics Talents with an $88 market price, light play version is still roughly around $90. It has not changed that price. So it's $90, okay? So 3 times 9 is $27. So $270 for a placement of this card. Forbidden Droplets, $90. All right, that's another $270. That's $540 for 6 cards. We're not done yet. Wait a minute. You still got to add the other juice in here. So, okay. So, Lightning Storm, we said early in the video, what was it? It was 305, 330. So, 330 plus, oh my God, 330 plus 540 is what? $870. Then choose a deck. You don't want to just play these 9 cards. You'll get disqualified for not having a full deck. Choose a deck, please. And then pay whatever they want. Once again, we talked about Dragoonies and how the fact that Divine Lance is a common, but somehow $7. You're looking to get Infernoble Knights. Those cards are being cleaned off the market. And of course, you want Elix. Oh, perfect choice, young master. Elix is only the Golden Lord, the main guy of the deck. He's a little bit over $100. I don't blame people, is what I'm trying to say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is expensive as a game. I don't blame people whatsoever. I don't disagree with them. But I will say, when you get involved in something, you're getting what you're paying for. If you're getting involved in Yu-Gi-Oh! It is expensive. And unfortunately, it's a lot of money if you want to play at a real competitive meta with the best of the best cards, playing against the best of the best players in a high-stakes event, whether it be online remote duels or when everything's over, going to regionals. It's unfortunately the situation we're in right now. And, I'll be honest with you, this is where, whatever, I like the meta we're in right now. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cards I would have hit in the ban list and took off the bans like Max C to kind of make it easier for everybody to play against these derpy decks. But I do like this meta a lot. And the reason why I like the meta is not because of the expensive cards. I like it in the spite of these expensive cards. Because you still got Yu-Gi-Oh! Players out there playing Guru Control, playing Altergeist, playing Fluffles, playing whatever they want to play. And even though dudes are rocking decks with $900 plus a deck, doesn't mean they guarantee get a win. And I like when the underdog deck wins. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's your boy V and YGOPaisanos. YGOPaisanos have a great day.